Can money buy you happiness? I'll buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes you feel all right. So go the opening lines from the classic Beatles song, but will buying a diamond ring truly bring you happiness? The thought going through most people's minds as they're trying to pay their bills and put food on the table is, if only I had more money, I'd never worry and I'd be so happy. But does having more money really make you a happier person? Let's evaluate this by looking at what having more money can and can't do. It relieves stress. Having enough financial security to cover all your bills can relieve the worry associated with not having enough. Financial pressure is one of the leading causes of stress and can lead to anxiety and depression. However, although the correlation is higher in lower income earners, people at all income levels experience money-related worries and stress. Interestingly, and contrary to what you might think, studies have shown that often having more money brings more financial worries, or in the words of the notorious B.I.G., the more money we come across, the more problems we see. So is simply having more money going to solve your problems? Personal development guru Tony Robbins doesn't believe it will. Problems and happiness have no relationship. You can be poor and be happy. You can be rich and be miserable. Your happiness isn't related to money. It's related to finding your purpose. Countless lottery winners continue to prove this to be true. Statistically, 70% of jackpot lottery winners have none of their winnings left after a short period of time, and 1/3 file for bankruptcy within 3 to 5 years, or worse. Take the story of Billy Bob Harrell Jr., who won $31 million in the Lotto Texas jackpot. After quitting his job at Home Depot, Harrell went on to spend his winnings on holidays, donations, and gave a lot away to family and friends. However, within 20 months of winning, he had nothing left. His wife had left him and he sadly took his own life. Towards the end, he's reported as saying to his financial advisor, "Winning the lottery is the worst thing that ever happened to me." So does having more money relieve stress? Verdict: false. Simply having more money won't solve all your problems. Buying things can make you happy. From a physiological viewpoint, yes. Purchasing material things can make us happy. Buying something you've been after for a while and at a good price does cause your brain to release dopamine, which gives you a pleasurable feeling, or shopper's high. But unless what you buy fulfills a real, purposeful need and is something you'll be using for a long time, then it's often a short-lived happiness. American spiritual teacher Adyashanti postulates that this is not because we got what we wanted, but because for a brief period of time, we stopped wanting, and thus we experience peace and happiness. If you're buying something nice to have, there's always something newer coming around the corner, or someone else you know will buy something better, or you'll realize that you're just getting more into debt, and eventually experience buyer's remorse or regret. Even French fashion designer Christian Dior, who has produced hundreds of lines of clothing, once said, "Don't buy much, but make sure that what you buy is good." So can buying material things make us happy? Verdict: true, but the resulting happiness is usually only temporary. Money buys time and frees you from working. In 2017, British Columbia University researchers undertook a survey of over 6,000 adults in America, Canada, and Europe, which found that spending money on things that made more time for themselves did in fact make the participants happier. This was usually through paying someone else to do time-consuming tasks such as house cleaning, grocery shopping, and garden work. Similarly, having enough money or passive income streams to quit working does free your time up immensely. But it's what you choose to do with that time that will determine whether you'll be happier or not. A good friend once said to me, "Money doesn't equal happiness, but it does give you more options." The option of what to do with your time is perhaps the most valuable, as no matter how rich you are, you can't buy time back later, unless you have a DeLorean from Back to the Future. Pioneering research conducted in 2010 by the psychologists Leif van Boven and Thomas Gilvovich showed that it's experiences such as traveling, playing sport, nature walks, or activities with family and friends that bring greater, lasting happiness than material items. If quitting work is not financially an option for you right now, or if, like some people, you feel you need to keep yourself busy by doing something productive, then find something you love doing and then work out how to start generating an income from it. It may be a side project, a hobby, or you might find that helping other people gives you more satisfaction than working at a computer in an office job. If you're not sure what makes you happy, a good tip is to start keeping a note on your phone or on a piece of paper and record every time you do something that makes you feel truly happy. The verdict? True. Money can buy you time, but to be happy, you have to spend that time doing things you love. Money can't buy me love. Were the Beatles right? Well, the answer probably depends on how you find love. Seriously though, if you're out splashing cash around like there's no tomorrow, you will attract attention and friends. But are they just around because of your money? And if this does manage to land you a partner, what are the chances the relationship is genuine? Psychologists have found that people who don't have a lot of money or don't put their wealth on display tend to have more genuine relationships because the other person does not have an overriding monetary interest in them. So they're more likely to have connected to you as a person. Just having more money is not going to change who you are. It just enhances who you always were and what you already have. Verdict? No, money won't buy you real relationships. Do you agree or disagree with these verdicts? Let us know in the comments. So what can we learn from this? Number 1, money is just a tool. If you're fortunate enough to have plenty of it, it's not the money that makes you happy, it's how you use it. Studies show buying yourself time and experiences are the most rewarding ways to utilize wealth, but also spending money on others and helping causes which resonate with your values are also known to increase personal happiness. Number 2, having wealth can be a double-edged sword. If you're not prepared or you don't know how to manage it properly, it can actually make your situation worse. For example, lottery winners, and just simply because often having more money creates more problems and financial stress than it solves. 3, don't spend too much of your life trying to make more money. This is a classic story. I will be happier when I have X amount of money. Most people live and dream that once they have a certain amount of wealth, then happiness will magically appear. Unfortunately, very few people find what they're looking for. Perhaps Carl Pillermer's often quoted book, 30 Lessons for Living, offers a better perspective. He asked 1,000 elderly Americans what were the most important life lessons they'd learned. He noted, no one, not a single person out of the 1,000, said that to be happy you should try to work as hard as you can to make money to buy the things you want. No one, not a single person, said it's important to be at least as wealthy as the people around you. What mattered to them was cultivating quality relationships, being active community members, and spending quality time with their family. Number 4, find out what makes you happy. If you don't know what makes you fulfilled and what gives you purpose, then it doesn't matter whether you have millions or have nothing. Start by noting down every time you do something that makes you really happy. If you struggle to do this, start looking for new experiences in life. If you're able to find something you love doing and you could turn that into an income source, then you'll never work a day in your life. And also don't forget that happiness can come from things that don't cost or involve money. For example, walking in nature, being more active in your community, or volunteering. That wraps up this episode. I hope you found this video interesting. Let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree, or finance topics you'd like to see covered in the next videos. Take a look at some of our other content. Click on the subscribe button if you want to see more. Thanks for watching.